All right. Hey, everybody of FMTV Weekly. I am Peter Brown, your host for this evening's festivities. And of course, as always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Uncle Ed. Say hi, Ed.
How's it going, guys? What a great day it's been today, man. Well, especially for Peter, who was in. He went to Tampa. He checked out the game. I wasn't able to go for stuff we'll tell you about in a little bit. But damn, Peter, I can't wait for you to tell us how the game was.
Yeah, we'll definitely cover that throughout the evening. As always, guys, this is your show, so light up the chat room. Let's get chatting with each other, start chatting with us. If you want to direct the conversation, you can do that. So we've got a lot to talk about today, Ed. I was looking through some of the things, just the game alone. I could go on and on about that. Then we've got some Fort Lauderdale CF news to talk about, and then also some sponsorship news to talk about. So we'll get to all of that tonight. But yeah,
Peter, why don't you mention some of the people that are online right now?
Okay, let's welcome in Tony and Claudia Bellumio from part of Vice City Boys. I saw the Vice City Boys. I saw the Vice City Boys this weekend. I didn't go over and say hi because I'll tell you in a minute. But nothing against them. I love those. I love those guys. No, okay. Here's the thing: is I had a good seat, and I didn't want to lose my seat.
You don't want to lose it,
because I'm filming, right? So I'm filming some of the game, little bits and clips.
And you're like, I want to go say.
I want to go say hi. I saw from a distance. I saw some of the guys that I know. But I didn't want to go say hi because, I don't want to lose my seat. But then we also got Esteban Mejia in here. We got Ed Serrano in here.
That's me.
Bruno's in here. Eric Thomas, as always. One World, One Goal, as always. Melvin Bonilla. And it looks like we got Jordan in here. Melvin again. Welcome, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, cool.
One World, One Gold said she almost forgot about us. How can you forget about us? We're part of your Sunday evening. Every Sunday evening.
Yeah.
You cook your dinner, you watch a little FMTV Weekly, or you watch while you cook.
No. You go to church, then you see FMTV Weekly.
Unless you're like Brazilian, then you go to church at night. And then we're we have conflicts. But most of you go in the morning. So yeah. So welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, the super chat is open if you choose to use that, and so is the regular chat. So
yeah,
Ed,
where do we start, Peter?
Look, I didn't have anything to do on Saturday, so let me tell you. I always talk about my family a little bit. Sometimes I get myself in trouble. This one, it just shows how cool my family can be, right? I planned on staying home on Saturday, kind of, the family, my wife and daughter decided they were going to go to a school play. They were going to go see Shrek as a school play. But normally I would go, but it was with another mother and daughter that's friends with my daughter, right? And so in that case, I'm just like the third wheel, right? This is girls' day. I don't belong. Right. I don't belong. So I actually went to the gym with my wife in the morning, and as I'm on the treadmill, kind of looking at her going, wait a minute. And this is like right around the time I'm texting you, Ed, asking if anybody's going. And I'm on the treadmill, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, they're going to be gone all day. What am I going to do? What am I going to just sit at home watching TV? Let's go to Tampa. Or St. Petersburg. Let's go to St. Petersburg. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
But St. Petersburg is... technically it's not. St. Petersburg is very nice. Tampa is a pit. I don't like Tampa. Tampa's ugly. St. Pete's nice though, man. It's really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, my wife was cool about it. I went on it. And so it's funny. It's just like we talk about people that aren't willing to drive from Miami to Fort Lauderdale or Fort Lauderdale to Miami. I drove 4 hours, 3.5, about 4 hours, and it was just like a nice, casual, fun drive. I mean, I took 27 up most of the way just because it's just a little more scenic, right? And I wasn't in a big rush. And so it's an interesting, you put on like a book on tape, a little audible book. And
I thought you listened to heavy metal or something on the way.
I was on the way back to keep me awake. Little Rat, Motley Crue, little, little Grim Reaper maybe, all that good stuff. But no, on the way up, I was listening to a Star Wars novel, But it's nice. And then on the way back, it's a little more boring. So I took I-75 because it's dark anyways. But it's not a bad drive. So it's like I don't know. I like going out for a drive. I don't know. Are you a drive kind of guy, Ed? Do you like to just kind of go out for a casual drive?
Yeah, I'll put my but I like The Cure and Depeche Mode stuff like that. So. We'd have that little conflict. Though I do like Metallica,
you like
certain bands.
You like
that.
having like a dark cloud over you at all times, being depressed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm like, woe is me. Yeah, Morrissey type, the Smiths like that. Yeah.
So the stuff I like to listen to is a lot more upbeat. It's not even like that death metal. It's upbeat rock. It's like
if you like the headbang,
some of your upbeat stuff, your White Lion, your Great White, all your whites.
All the whites,
there was a lot of white bands in
yeah, I'll tell you.
Great White Lion.
That's for sure.
White, and then later on there's White Stripes. Well, anyways, White Snake. A lot of whites. Anyways, Ed, I got up there, and I'm gonna put together a video of my trip. So we'll check out later in the week. We'll have some sort of video. I don't know how it'll turn out, but we'll put something up to talk about the trip. But
right.
Got to go see, and here I'm putting up an image of the starting lineup. Got to see these guys. It was, I'll tell you, Ed, it was exciting. Just think about the emotions you would have, Ed. Just going, how long we've wanted an MLS team, and now you're watching your MLS team for the first time.
Right.
It was pretty amazing.
All right, man, I can imagine. I wish I would have been there. Unfortunately, I had some prior things I have to do, especially because I plan on going to the LA FC game, and might even go to the one in Washington D.C. So, and then we've got that following week on the game here on March 14th. So, that one's going to be a little tough, but yeah. Go on, Peter. Go on.
Well, so we saw the going. Whoops, that's I'm messing up, Ed. Okay, here we go. I messed up my images. I showed the leaked kit by mistake. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Oops. It's already all over internet. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
When I push it, here's the hard part: is I talk about this all the time. Try to be the producer of the show or talking on the show is kind of a challenge sometimes.
We got to get Ricky Ricardo, who's sitting down on his couch right now, to be the producer.
We need somebody just to push buttons while we talk.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right. Yeah. So I got the image of the starting lineup. The starting lineup, Robles, Nealis, Torres, Figal, Sweat, Trapp, Ulloa, Pellegrino, Argudo, Wen, and Agudelo. Ed, what do you think of that starting lineup?
It looks good.
I think
it looks a lot of MLS, veterans. They've got Pellegrini in there. Who else? They're pretty much all veterans. They got Figal in there, though. Tell us a little bit about him.
First off, I think that could be pretty close to our starting lineup on game day. I think. There might be some changes. Pizarro would start, and hopefully we have another international or two that we know are in the works. But I think this could be pretty close to our starting lineup. You asked about Figal. Figal, I think, was a beast in the back. That's the one thing. I questioned when they signed him, just like, can't we get enough good MLS veteran defenders? I mean, there's plenty of good defenders in MLS. Watching him makes it a little... His positioning is perfect. He's winning the ball, winning like every header. I mean, he's tall. He did make one kind of questionable slide tackle type thing off on the side when he was playing. They moved around. That was the one thing that the coach did. He moved the players around quite a bit, obviously trying to find the right combination. Right. But move things around quite a bit. Eric Thomas was asking where Kiesewetter was. Didn't play. A lot of people are asking about him, but to me, he was a USL player, and he's probably a USL player for a reason, right? I mean, are we expecting him to be some big kind of star?
He played for in Bundesliga. That's the thing. He's got some German experience, and that's considered a better level than MLS. So if he came, he did come over here to USL, but Apparently, he's better.
Well,
he's too good for USL.
So one of the things that happened in the game, fairly early in the game, is Agudelo goes down. We now know it's a right hamstring injury. Don't know how severe it is, but he went down in around the 30th minute, and that's when Pizarro got to come in. Pizarro. The interesting thing with Pizarro is he hasn't even been announced, right? He's not even officially part of the team.
but he played. So I think it's pretty much
there's a signature maybe that's needed. Yeah. Some final details, but obviously
his agent needs to sign something.
Obviously,
maybe it's just a technicality.
He's playing in good faith. I saw him training, and I didn't expect to see him play because I know he's not signed, but he did play. But anyways, my point about Agudelo is this gives maybe Kiesewetter a shot, even though coming off the bench it wasn't Kiesewetter, it was Robinson.
Right. Yeah, and that's something Eric Thomas is talking about right now. He's like, Robbie Robinson over Kiesewetter. I mean,
Robinson was fast up there. Actually, he was moving around quite a bit. He's a pretty big boy, bigger than I thought. Mm-hmm. He looked pretty good out there. Although he came in the second half when we weren't as dangerous in the second half. So one of my big takeaways though in this entire game, going back to like Figal and stuff like that. Figal and Roman Torres both looked good. Torres looked solid. Our two, defenders on the wings, Ben Sweat and Dylan Nealis.
Yeah, they were hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
So we need we might need some other people trying out for those areas. But it's just the first game, so they're still trying to adjust everything.
True.
I figure.
Let me while we're talking, why don't I play a clip or two? But of Pizarro, when Pizarro came in, there's a clip here of Pizarro. He got tackled right off the bat, pretty quick in the game, and but he instantly showed his skill in the game. Within the first few minutes of being in the game, he scores, right? And Lee Win basically set him up and really just teed off the ball perfectly for him, and he just did a little zig, a little zag, and then it was in. But Mike, what I read about Pizarro,
I saw that was Bedoya that threw him down right there. What's up with that?
I don't know. This is just some background images for you guys to look at. This is nothing really in particular. I'm not. One thing, I'm not the best at filming game footage unless you're filming the entire game. You put your phone away, and that's when, of course, when you put your camera away, that's when the good stuff happens. That's just the nature, right?
Yeah.
But people had commented that Pizarro has a tendency of kind of dropping off in the second half, or kind of, I've heard complaints that he tends to disappear a little bit. And I felt that a little bit. He definitely dropped off in the second half. He wasn't this, the coach moved things around, Alonso moved things around, but he, dropped off a little.
Well, what did you think about Lee Win? They basically would be playing the same position.
Yeah, well, what they did is they pushed Pizarro up a little bit more, and Win played a little bit next to him or behind. Basically, Pizarro played anywhere he wanted in the attack. At times he was playing as a forward. At times he was playing as mid. At times he drifted wide. He was doing anything he wants. Now, keep in mind, he hasn't even really practiced with the team yet. So he's just kind of playing off of experience, just the feel.
Right. But it's still kind of impressive that he was able to, score off of that. Did you get the goal, or you didn't?
No, I didn't get the goal.
Big O got it. He had it live.
Yeah.
He showed it, and all of a sudden, all these websites, they took it from him, and they put it all over the place without giving him credit, man. Big O, that's Big O's video. What the hell,
I saw him walking out on the field,
You didn't say hi to him?
I was in my seat. He was way far away. I saw him. He didn't see me.
And I know. You didn't want to lose your seat. Got it.
Yeah. And what am I going to do? Run up to Big O like a little girl and go, "Hey, Big O!"
Get it, Big O. Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But he gave a little applause to Vice City guys and all that. So that was good. But yeah, he was there walking around the. I always think is that when he just walks out on the field because he can. It's just like, just showing off that I'm doing what I can. I'm allowed. So I'm gonna go do it.
Well, that's cool. It's cool if they let you do that. Wish we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, if we asked, we might be able to. I just haven't even applied for any of that stuff. But no matter what, there's different levels of media, right? And we're at the if we're considered media at all, we're at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So let's be real of where our place is in the hierarchy. It's smack dab on the bottom.
All right. Yeah.
That's okay.
It's
all right.
Cool.
But Pellegrini.
Yeah, Pellegrini.
He's our DP, right? He's our young DP. We have high hopes for him.
Yeah.
And it's funny because more recently, Paul McDonough has kind of tried to temper people's thoughts and opinions on him. I saw some quotes that he's a work in progress, that we kind of need to calm down a little bit on him, and don't expect too much. I get it. Yeah, I think when they signed him, we're thinking he's the next superstar that we're going to sell off to Europe. He's got some work to do. He's definitely not there yet. He runs a lot. He's very active, but not very constructive. It's like a lot of running that doesn't really amount to a whole lot. And then when Agudelo went out and they put in Pizarro, they kind of moved Pellegrini up top into Agudelo's position, and he got pushed around a lot. He's so skinny. He's such a small guy. He gets pushed around a lot, and I'll tell you, at the end of the game, he is just gassed. He just looks all red in the face. I mean, his face matched his shirt basically, and I mean, he just looked beat. So if he's gonna, playing, there's definitely some more conditioning that needs to happen. Playing in Florida, it's gonna.
They got to get used to this over here, man, because it's winter and it's hot as hell, man. It's up in the mid 80s right now.
Yep.
So, I don't know how hot it was up there, but I could imagine
I think maybe upper 70s, 80 at the most. It was nice. It was really nice. But it's preseason. They're not on 100% fit. I get it. But I don't know. I expected more from him. I wanted to see a moment of brilliance here or there that I didn't see. I just saw a kid that's trying hard. Right, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
fiddlesticks.
Anyways,
man, I was hoping you'd give him a good report card. Well, at the same time,
it's not a terrible report card because it was attractive soccer. There was like no long balls. They kept the ball on the ground a lot, which is a big deal for Alonso. I read a quote from him saying, he fell in love with the ball at his feet, right? And so he wants players to play with the ball at their feet. And so he's definitely pushing that. There's none of this long balls to the forwards. No, it's I like this kind of soccer, just keeping a ball on the ground, moving around. Yeah. To me, I love watching that. So I'm all in. Just going to take time. So Lee Win, I think, looked good. He I think needs to take a few more shots than he does. But overall, I mean, he looked. What you're going to get with Lee Win. So they just need to gel.
Out of all the people that you saw, which one did you think, at least forward? Let's talk about the forward guys. Who did you think was the best one up there?
Pizarro. Well, he wasn't technically playing forward, but he did play in that position a bit, and he looked the most dangerous when he was in that position. Agudelo, when he was playing, looked okay at times, but nothing too threatening. The first 10 minutes we looked terrible, but they started getting their legs under them, and Ben Sweat's part of the reason they scored that first goal. He kind of lazy pass, if I remember correctly, ended up as a throw in, which they kind of capitalized on. And so, but overall, fun day though. I had no regrets driving up there. It's not like a Debbie Downer type of vibe. It's just, there's criticism, of course, to be had as far as the play, but man, I'm excited to have a team to cheer for. There was a lot of pink there. There was a lot of people I don't know, but they're just fans showing up. That was kind of funny. I'm sitting. I mentioned this in the little vlog that I'm going to put together. I'm sitting right next to this family, right, Ed? And they are as pasty white as you can imagine, right? They are like, they look like they could be my kin, except for, they're redheaded, right?
Right.
And you got Vice City behind the goal, all right? Vice City banging the drums the whole time, singing Spanish the whole time. These kids, the whole game, are like, I don't know what they're saying. What are they saying? I don't understand. What are they saying? And the kid goes, I take Spanish, and I don't even understand what they're saying.
Wow. Well, the rest of the league is gonna have to get used to some of these.
I was like, what? People in Tampa never heard Spanish? Now, the mother was wearing an Orlando City shirt, and so that might explain it all.
Orlando City.
But yeah. It was funny because and then Vice City at one point stopped, and the kids are like happy. Oh God, they stopped! Thank goodness. Oh God. And then they start playing again, and they're like, "Oh, great, more Spanish."
Well, they're gonna have to get used to it, especially if they're Orlando City fans.
It was so funny.
Get ready.
It was funny. And was the uniform weird as a practice one, or was it okay in person? Didn't look like an MLS team photo. It was the practice jersey, the pink jersey. And here it looks good. It just doesn't have any numbers on it, right? So if it had numbers on it, it would make it look more official. But it looks fine. I like it. A lot of people have bought it. You saw a lot of people wearing that shirt. So yeah. All right, Ed. I think that about covers it, right, for that game.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys gotta check out. Peter did a vlog since he went up there, so that'll be coming out in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I might put that out on.
So be sure to check it out.
I might put that out on Wednesday instead of the news, because we're going to cover some of the news here. So I don't know. We'll see. But Monday we definitely will have the construction video. I went out there today in the rain, around the rain. Just took a break between the rain, found some time, and then did that video. And so we'll have this other one, and we'll put it up. I don't know, maybe like Wednesday. I don't want to wait too late, but space them out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So I think, Ed, we need to talk about this kit sponsor.
Oh well, let's check it out, Peter. I mean, it's been all over the internet.
It has.
We don't know exactly who leaked it, but somebody put it on Facebook, I think it was. And well, it came out in the news. It came out in the what was it, Daily News, I think.
I don't know.
Which is known to be.
I didn't see it.
I think it was Daily News.
Okay.
They're known for doing rumors and stuff like that, and they're not 100% correct most of the time. But there's been also other websites that have put up the fact or the idea that Beckham has signed a deal with Qatar.
Yep.
So that's a big deal, and apparently it's for like $200 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So
the deal, I saw the conversion. I saw the amount it is in the pounds, and so I went and did a little conversion thing. So it's just under 235 mil. So if you round it up, it's $235 million deal. And just to give you an idea, from what I've read, the little bit of research I did, the average sponsorship deal in MLS is anywhere from 2 to 5 million per year. So this is one heck of a deal. Now, of course, we don't know how many years this is for.
Right.
But it's clearly more than $2 million a year, right? Because it's not going to be that long of a deal.
Well, they're saying also the stadium naming rights are part of it, so
but
you can probably forget Lockhart Stadium.
Well, it's interesting that right. It's interesting because I saw one article, and now it's coming from England, so they get their facts wrong all the time about MLS. It did say they had the naming rights for the Miami Stadium. Now, I think that's probably just the British news getting the location wrong, because
because they don't know.
Because why wait until the Miami Stadium opens? Why not name this one Qatar Airways, right? So and so the big deal is, I mean, it is a big deal, but one of the big deals is this jersey, Ed. I mean, people were upset. The internet was upset about Qatar being involved with Inter Miami because they've got a lot of human rights issues over there.
Right. And I don't know, Peter, is the airline owned by the government? Is or is it a whole different
I don't know.
monster?
I did not research the ownership of Qatar Airways, but I
Yeah,
think
Qatar Airways.
so many things there are government owned, so very well maybe our chat could maybe look it up, but I'm not 100% sure. But what do you think? Now? Okay, forget about we could go back to if it's a good idea or not for Qatar to be on our jerseys, but just looking at that jersey, Ed, what do you think of that jersey now with a sponsor? Before it looked a little empty, now with a sponsor on it. The sponsor's in white. What do you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks better, but the thing is, the angle that it's in, you can't really appreciate the whole shirt.
Well, no, but you already know what the whole shirt looks like, so
you get the idea. Yeah. I mean, it looks better.
just that.
Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, it's we talked about the designs before. We think they're a little plain, especially the white one.
Yeah.
But the black one looks pretty cool. I actually like the black one a little bit better.
Right, and so,
it's got the freedom to dream, so that looks like it's the real McCoy.
Yeah, man. This is legit. I mean, from everything we've heard, and we've got some sources that did confirm that Qatar Airways is going to be the sponsor. So that's legit, Ed. Yeah, I think it would look cool if the Qatar Airways was in pink, but the white makes it stand out more. So I get it.
Yeah. And somebody was asking about that. Why didn't you print it in pink? Well, yeah, because white stands out more, I think, also.
And white is in the logo, so it makes sense. The logo is not only black and pink. There's white in it, so it makes sense. Although, personally, I would love for it to be in pink, but whatever. I like it. I like it a lot better now.
Wouldn't she look pretty in pink?
So, question for those people that pre-ordered the shirt. Will it be blank or will it have Qatar Airways on it?
Well, I think I heard mention that the first printing would be without anything on it.
Okay.
And those will probably become like collector's pieces. And then right now that they're going to announce the other ones, the new ones, and starting from there, everybody gets the sponsor. So if you bought yours without it, those will probably become collector's pieces. The very first jerseys that they ever had without the sponsor, and then everybody else is going to get the sponsor on it.
Yeah, and there's a Mr. Exo Warrior did a little wiki check, and Qatar Airways, according to Wikipedia, is state owned, which is what I thought. Although there's a little bit of a disagreement between him and One World, One Gold, because she's saying it's not. But I don't know. Hey, Take it with a grain of salt. It's Wikipedia. Things can be right. Things can be wrong. But I had originally heard the deal that Beckham was striking was with the state. And some people were afraid it was going to say like Qatar 2020 World Cup or something like that. Some sort of promotion for tourism maybe or for the actual World Cup. Or 2020, whatever. When is it? 2022, right?
22.
Yeah, not 2020.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But it's Qatar. And here's the thing. How many teams have Qatar Airways on them? A lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah. And I mean, what can you say? There's going to be criticism for this, but it's a good deal. I don't know what to say, man. You guys could tell us what you think about it, and we'll voice it because we're happy we have a sponsor. It's a lot of money for players and for operating the team.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys tell us what you think. Is it good? Is it bad? Are you not going to buy this shirt? Peter, are you going to buy the shirt?
So, yeah, I'm going to buy for sure. And I'm not going to. I don't care about the collector's portion of it. I don't want the blank one. I want the one with Qatar. And I actually saw some people online saying they're not going to buy a jersey because of that. They'll support the team, but they're not going to buy a jersey. They'll buy T-shirts. They'll buy other things, but they're not going to wear something that says Qatar Airways. But
gotcha.
I mean, they're all over the place. As far as sponsorships all over many teams. So it's on what isn't it on Barcelona? Yeah,
it used to be on the Barcelona.
Right.
I don't think it is on this year.
Okay.
But it used to be. They had a 2-year deal. I don't know how much money that was. But this one, I would imagine for that amount of money, it's probably main jersey naming rights plus stadium, and I don't know what else it would be in it, but we don't know how many years.
No, and it's on.
That's still
it's on AS Roma's shirt. It's Qatar. They sponsor a lot of clubs, big clubs. It's why not us? And I see some images with it being on Boca Juniors shirt. So you have to be able to try as soccer fans separate the team from the business, right? They got to make money, and this is such a huge deal that this deal more than pays off the stadium that they're building right now. Just think about that.
Yeah,
the project is reportedly somewhere around $60 million for the Lockhart project. For some reason, I would think it's more. I don't know. Every time I
think it's more.
Every time I Google it,
it
says 60 million. But then I thought I had heard a higher number. So whatever.
I think it's like in the 100, close to 100 something. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's. Jorge Mas said something like 110 or something like that.
So let's say it's 100.
But don't quote.
Let's say it's 110.
I think he said something in the.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go with that. It costs them 110. They still get to pocket 125 million with this deal, right?
Yeah.
So they plenty of money to spend on other things, on building up the club and buying new players. I mean, that is one heck of a deal. Your stadium that you just built, done, paid for.
Right there. Bam. Imagine that. And that's kind of hard to say no. It was like, what was it that we talked about Adidas and their MLS deal, which was like close to $1 billion or something. How could you say no to that?
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of money. So
yeah. Some thoughts in the group. Broke Boy Industries saying it's good. Only dumb people hating. We got money. It is a big spot. At least it's not a pyramid scheme sponsorship like so many MLS teams have.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. But what's his name? I just saw Bruno Bonizo. He was saying, where did he put that? I kind of was. Oh, yeah. About a third kit being pink. No, MLS doesn't do 3.
No, but not anymore.
3,
they used
kits.
to, and not anymore. But I have been reading that there's talk about them reintroducing them next year or the year after. So it makes sense. Here's the way I would think a third kit would be used is for teams that are in the Open Cup or CONCACAF Champions League or any kind of special games. You wear your third kit.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. And then we could have our pink one, which everybody wants.
But again, you wouldn't then have your pink training shirt, right? So the fact that they have a pink training shirt right off the bat tells you they're not going to have a pink jersey this year, right? Because the training kit is always different.
I'll tell you, today we had the Southern Legion tournament, and one of the teams that we had was a Southern Legion team. They wore a pink jersey.
Nice,
dude. It looked great. I want that shirt. It looks cool. And before I used to be like, no, I'm never gonna wear pink. But you know what? It's growing on me.
Yeah, I'm down. It's not before the soccer team. It was never my favorite color, but I've had a lot of pink around me as it is, just because my daughter loves pink. I painted her bedroom pink a couple of times, different shades. Currently, it's like a white, but kids like to change their ideas of their fashion and style over the years. But I've embraced the pink years ago, having to carry a pink backpack because I've got a little girl. Whatever, man. It's but now it's for my sports team. Whatever, I'm down with it. It's unique. It's interesting to our team, and that's what's cool. The only issue I've ever had is the black, because it's they say they want pink and black. It's Miami. Well, Pink is. Black's not.
Right.
Black's not Miami. You know, want that whole Don Johnson look. You know, maybe.
Yeah. Pastel colors and Art Deco.
Exactly.
You know, I get you. That could, Miami could pull it off. But black, yeah. I mean, the old emo in me, I guess, is okay with the black. But
what do they call those? Emo, right? As you were emo before emo.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, before that.
Because Cure and all that
it was called. That was more like back in my day when I was in California. They used to call that death rock.
Death rock. Cure was death rock.
Yeah. So that's what they used to call it back in the day.
I was just gloomy, whatever. You know.
Or
Woe is me. Woe is me. Life sucks. Just put some dark eyeliner on my face because life stinks.
Yeah. You probably could have used some of that, Peter. Dark eyeliner and with that long hair you used to have.
Yeah, I may have had long hair, and yes, the bands looked like that, but I was not in the band, so I did not, partake in said makeup.
You had the band look though. We're gonna put up some picture eventually. We did it in the past.
We did it.
We got to put up that picture.
I think on like one of our very first videos, or one of my first news videos, maybe the very first news video. Go back and check that out, and I put my picture.
We're gonna have to put pictures of Peter with his long hair and me with my Morrissey haircut, which was sticking out like that. It's crazy, man.
You had hair before?
We'll put it up one day.
You had hair?
I had hair. Wow. Yeah, I did have hair back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
After the army, it all fell off. But
the army, that's what defending the country does for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so wrapping it all up, I think the black jersey, with Qatar Airways, it makes the jersey stand out a little bit more. It looks a little bit better. It's just less plain. I'm all in. My what I have to decide, Ed, is if I'm going to wear black or if I'm going to buy the white. Because at first, I thought just the white is like a white T-shirt, right? But I think it's going to look a little bit better with that sponsorship on there. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe buy the authentic in black and then the replica in white, right? So you save a little bit of money that way.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I'm definitely going to get both. One of them is going to be the real McCoy.
Sure.
I don't know which one yet, but I'll definitely get the other one. And both are going to say Uncle Ed, 69 in the back.
Aren't you getting too old for that, Ed?
No, man, that's me.
All right.
I've always had that. So yeah, what's yours gonna say in the back?
I don't know. I mean,
Pete Brown.
No, it's not gonna have my name.
Downtown
if it has anything, it would have a player on it. But But then that's also, I like the idea of supporting local stores, and do all local stores put the names and numbers on the back? Do they all have the names and numbers? So, I don't know. And we may have something coming up about a particular local store in the near future.
That's a good idea, because you need to find out who has that, because they need to have the right font, the right lettering, so that it'll be the actual MLS number. Because otherwise you're going to have just anything, and then everybody's going to be laughing at you. They're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm used to it. Somebody in here. I'm trying to pronounce a name, Ed, and you know how bad I am at this. Herna OSC, whatever. You know who you are. Does anyone cover Nashville like you guys cover Miami? Haven't heard anything about Nashville. By the way, you guys do an awesome job. Thank you so much, even though I can't pronounce your handle. As far as Nashville, I don't know about anything on YouTube. Friend Chris Marazzo, who does a podcast called The Tailgate Show. So go Google The Tailgate Show. Look up on Blog Talk Radio. He was actually he was our first guest. So if you go back on FMTV Weekly, maybe like 2 months ago, and you'll see Chris Marazzo on there, and we did a whole show talking about Nashville. So, I don't know if they have any YouTube stuff up yet, but they do have a pretty good podcast that's covering soccer and Nashville music. So it's a kind of cool little thing they're doing there.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We're definitely going to crash at his place when Miami goes up there to Nashville.
Here you go.
So that's going to be
Captain Plays says, coming out onto the field, number 69, Playboy, Uncle Ed. And the crowd cheers.
Uncle.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, let's no, I guess let's move on. I mean, we've covered, I think, the shirt as much as we can. I mean, you're cool with Qatar Airways, right?
I gotta look into it because I'm not really too familiar with all the the allegations that are against them because they're against so many things apparently, and it's a big political mess. But as far as the money's concerned, I'm okay with it because of that. And it's because it's my team that has it. But I'll definitely look into it, and and then because I'm sure right now on the internet. There's plenty of people talking about them not wanting to buy the shirt. So
there's definitely some hate, but at the end of the day, I'm not overly sensitive. I know that may get me some haters on here too, calling me out, but it's business, and so what they do is wrong, but it's business, and we need money, and they got a big check.
Yeah. Well, there's you mentioned earlier that there's 2 players at the team. I think there's space for 2 more players. Yes. We got word that one of them's definitely a DP, and the other one is not. But I think he's a higher paid player.
Alameda or Almendra.
Yeah.
Right.
Agustin Almendra. He plays with Boca Juniors. Right. Apparently, he's a big deal. Notice they're going after all these young Argentinian guys. He's still pretty young. I think he's 20 years old. Yeah. Might be 21. I'm not sure. He's a pretty decent player. He's more of a defensive midfielder. So, it's exciting. I have a feeling he's not going to be the DP.
I think he's a TAM player. Gam.
Yeah. And Peter knows about TAM. If you guys don't know what TAM is, what is TAM?
Targeted allocated money. It's money that now, because since the new CBA, things have changed. So there used to be $1.2 million in TAM that was discretionary. You can use it how you want for specific type of players, right? So a player like Almendra couldn't use it for the American players, but you could use it for players that you're bringing into the league, right? So no, couldn't give it to any existing MLS players, but you could for a young foreign player. But that has been transitioned to GAM, which means they can use it for anything they want, even the young or older MLS veteran players. So there's just more general allocated money. There is still some targeted allocated money, but it's going to get reduced throughout the years throughout the CBA. But anyways, they can use a combination of some TAM and GAM to buy down his salary to get him below salary cap.
Gotcha. And apparently they still have money that within all that for them to maneuver and get his pay down.
Right.
So it makes me think, because the European window's closed.
Right.
That how could we get a DP? Because they're talking about
they keep talking Europe. They keep talking Europe. Yeah. Only if somebody's contract is over, I guess. Right. But nobody's contract ends in the middle of the year.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense for me unless it's somebody that might be hurt and that's already running out of his contract, and he won't be back until maybe when his contract is up. So I'm thinking maybe Luis Suarez.
Maybe they keep they kept saying that they don't want to wait till the summer, and they've got valid reasons saying basically that summer person, when you figure in all the summer tournaments and stuff like that, may only play for like 10 games, and is that really worth the money to pay somebody for 10 games? But they may not have a choice.
Wow. Yeah. So it's just tough to get somebody now because the windows are closed.
Yeah, jumping back to the chat a little bit, I lost it a little bit, but Mr. XO Warrior was saying that TAM is going away. Not completely. It's not completely going away. It's just reducing over the course of the CBA. It is not going away completely. The owners wanted to keep hold of that a little bit. PP Poo Poo says that Ben Sweat might be a problem on the back line. And I love,
good old
because of his name, I love Mr. Exo Warrior's comment. Yes, he is PP. So, you could read that as in, yes, PP, as in PP Poo Poo, or you could say that, yes, Ben Sweat is PP, right? So, I don't want to say that because, we may, who knows, you could have him as a guest someday. But this is just the chats that I'm reading.
The chats these chats disappear, so
yeah, they do
I'm going to
disappear.
take a picture of that because that's funny. And I'm going to post it later on.
Yeah.
Already put.
Yeah. But another question by Matt Z. How close will the new stadium be when it opens in a few years from the current one? What is that? I don't know in miles, but it's, about 45-minute drive?
45 minutes, yeah. In train and as a drive, yeah.
Yeah, so some people, I saw some more comments, and it bugs me. It's comments that were on our videos, but I'm not going to get into it with people. People that are saying, I will go to 1 or 2 games in Fort Lauderdale, but there's no way I'm buying season tickets if the games are in Fort Lauderdale. I refuse to support that, only if they're in Miami. And I just don't understand that way of thinking.
They're not real soccer fans.
That's what I think. But that makes up but there are so many people like that to call them out as not fans. I'm sure they watch the sport on TV a lot, support a team from another country, but I just don't get that way of thinking. And there's a lot of people that way. So I don't want to necessarily say, well, you're just not a soccer fan then, because that's such a generalization. I mean, I think they are soccer fans, but maybe not as diehard as we are, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, they're not as diehard. Okay, you go. Yeah, they're not diehard.
Would you drive to Tampa to see a preseason game, right? Depends.
Right.
That's your level of maybe, are you that nutty like I am, right? I dropped everything on a Saturday just to go, why not? I got nothing else to do.
By yourself, too. You went by yourself.
Yeah.
All on your lonesome
all
self.
by myself. And actually, I ran into the Inter Miami podcast guys up there. Bunch of good guys. Go check out their show as well. I ran into them, and they got a hotel. They were staying the night, and they were kind of surprised. Like, you're going back? And I'm like, yeah. There was actually a doubleheader. There was Tampa Bay was playing Montreal, I think. I didn't stay. As much as I would love to watch that game, I didn't. Being that I'm driving back that same night, I didn't stay for that.
Yeah, you didn't even know who won or nothing.
I don't know. I didn't.
Did the Tampa fans come in? Were there a lot of them?
But they were when I left, it said on the clock 45 minutes till game time. And I'm like, I was talking to these guys, and they said, are you going to stay? And then I look up at the clock, and it says 45 minutes. I go, no. If it said 15 minutes, I might have stayed for the first half or something like that. But if I got to wait an additional 45 just to get started, and I got a 4-hour drive.
And just for Tampa, forget
just so
about
I can hate on Tampa, but whatever. There was a question that keeps popping up in here over and over again. Loser.
Oh, Montreal lost to the Rowdies. Okay. Look at that. Esteban Mejia put Montreal lost to the Rowdies by how much, man? Let us know. Wow. That's I didn't expect that. Montreal is the coach is Henry. Terry Henry.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Tampa.
So, but anyways, there was I forget. I'm trying to find who was asking the question, but there was a question that kept popping up over and over and again about Inter Miami app. Is the Inter Miami app coming out? And
yeah, it is. I talked to one of the guys at the with the front office, and they said that there's an app that's coming out, and that's where your tickets are also going to appear. So when you go to the stadium, you're going to
win though.
Oh, it's coming up. I think next week or something like that. It's coming up soon. He said.
I know that they were planning it, and I kept hearing that it was getting it's going to get built, but where?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make it snappy because it's almost here. Time is going by quick, and it's almost game time.
Yeah, time is going fast. It's amazing, And I was just at the stadium today, and that's kind of the my feeling after leaving the stadium. And I mentioned it at the tail end of the video that it's coming together now. It's finally coming together, and that it's so close. We're we're just weeks away now, and all those people that were concerned if the stadium would be done or not, myself included, you start to really believe that it's going to be done. No problems. Because, yeah, there does look like a lot of dirt still. But we've watched, and I think you saw some of it when you were there, Ed, that the concrete gets laid like that. So those dirt areas are already getting flattened. Concrete can go on there in a day or two, and as soon as it dries out. And then they're kind of like, feels like they're done. Now, of course, you still... gotta hope for that the plumbing works and all that kind of stuff. But
that's true.
Hey,
but yeah,
Tony, thanks so much for the super chat, $1.99 super chat. I like your sticker there.
He's a cool cat, that Tony.
Mr. XO Warrior is asking if there's a press conference for Pizarro. Nothing has been announced. I do get some of the media emails, and nothing has been announced yet. But
it's probably going to be this week.
Yeah,
I've been asking around.
Should.
It's going to be this week. Yeah. There's I think a few announcements coming out this week. So stay on your social media, the Inter Miami social media, because there's a lot of info coming out.
It's funny. It's Broke Boy Industries kind of said what I was thinking, that they could announce Pizarro at the same time that they announced the jersey sponsor, because he could be wearing the shirt or holding it up, one or the other.
That would make sense.
That would be kind of a cool way to tie it together.
Mm-hmm. And who was the guy that said that?
Broke Boy Industries.
Some Inter Miami guys hire that guy. He knows what he's talking about.
He's got a good name. Yeah. Have you guys heard of Bale to Miami? No. I mean, there's lots. Every player is a rumor. So, every player is rumored to be coming to Miami. Well, what else? Is there any other player news you wanted to discuss, Ed?
Just that Almendra is the only one that they were talking about that's pretty much, I think, set. And then we've got the DP, the big DP, which, I'm starting to think is probably... I'm hoping it would be Suarez or Cavani, somebody big like that would sell jerseys and just make people in Miami excited and get some of those people saying, no, I'm going up for 2 or maybe 1 or 2 games. They'll probably be like, you know what, I'm going to get a season ticket because I want to go see that guy score 20 goals this season or whatever. But look at that. Captain Play says, I think Peter and Playboy Uncle Ed should be commentators for Inter Miami.
What channel? I forgot what channel it was, but they used to have for the EPL games, they used to have something where they have like the game of the week or whatever, and fans would call the game. It was pretty fun. It was pretty funny, because they obviously are total homers, right? And I think one guy is a homer for one team, the other guy's a homer for the other team, something like that. Mm-hmm. Not being professional at all, just total homers. And I could see us doing that.
Imagine if our team scores, they'd probably be quiet and would be like, hugging or whatever, and everything would fall on the ground, and it'd be a mess. I think it'd be a mess.
Yeah, Eric Thomas was asking about Lewis Morgan. He was there. I saw him. He was wearing his full sweatsuit or whatever. He obviously did not get in the game. He just arrived. I guess they want to give him a little time, which is what I thought they would do for Pizarro, but they put Pizarro in right away. So we still don't know.
Well, Pizarro's in form. Pizarro's in form. He was just playing. True. So I don't know if Morgan was, but he's already signed, I think, right, Morgan?
Yeah. He's signed. He's been announced. All that. Mm-hmm. So one thing I wanted to mention before we wrap this thing up is that get everybody's thoughts on Jason Kreis being named head coach for Fort Lauderdale CF.
Yeah, we almost forgot about mentioning Jason Kreis, and that guy's got so many jobs. I mean, he works for the national team. He does the Inter Miami Academy. Now he's going to be doing. I mean, what else is it? What is he like? Extraterrestrial?
Nice.
How does he get all these? Does he have mutant powers? How is he so incredibly, active?
I was wondering if he was Jamaican.
Could be.
You know that? Do you remember that old bit? I think, what was it, on Mad TV or was it on Saturday Night Live? Mm-hmm. I forgot. But it was one of the comedians, he's got a million jobs, because he's Jamaican. So that's what it made me think of. But I think, come on. I mean, this is not even the USL. He's a coach that obviously he needs to rebuild his reputation to come back to MLS. Championship, USL Championship would make sense for him, but he's playing even below that. So he's just part of the Inter Miami family. He must obviously believe in what they're preaching, because, like I said, he's overqualified.
Yeah, for this job he is, and he's been a champion before with MLS with RSL. Right. So I thought you had mentioned it. That would be a good job for him. Yeah, I think a few shows back you mentioned it. It totally makes sense. But I don't know. Is he giving up the U.S. national team job or
no? To my knowledge, no. Obviously, he's got a staff that could take his spot whenever I guess they need to. Somebody actually did ask if he would coach the same way that Eric Winalda coached Atlanta when Eric Winalda was the head coach for the Atlanta Silverbacks while he was still a Fox Soccer commentator living in California. And so he coached via iPad. So
right, well, incredible.
They Skype called him.
Look, Mr. X Warrior, he's saying that the Wayans brothers in Living Color were the ones that came up with that.
I knew it was on some comedy show.
Eric Thomas did too.
Okay.
Eric Thomas said that also. Right before.
I knew.
Well, everybody.
Okay. I don't have the best memory, but I knew it was. And they're yelling at me. Eric Thomas is like all caps. He's yelling at me.
I know. Living Color.
Chill out.
That's what he's saying.
When I think Living Color, I think the band in Living Color, or no, Living Color. The show is in Living Color. I remember the band Living Color. Really, really good band.
Yeah.
But and yeah, you're right. Everybody's telling me it's Living Color. The Wayans brothers, Living Color.
Yeah. So they're all calling you out, Peter.
That's a popular thing on YouTube. Apparently, people calling me out.
I saw that. A lot of comments and stuff. And
you know what? One thing, Ed, the Inter Milan fans. See, I say it wrong, and everybody lights me up. They're so sensitive. I did the last news video where we're talking about the Inter, trademark issue and court case type of thing, and I refer to them at times as Milan, other times as Inter Milan or whatever, and all those people got their panties all in a wad, just so upset that I was referring to it as Milan, because no, that's not Milan. They're Inter. AC Milan is Milan. And I'm like, whatever. They play in Milan. Yeah. I'm not from Italy. What do I care?
They play in the same stadium.
What do I care?
I mean, how could you not get confused if they play in the same stadium?
Yeah, and they're like, they're schooling me, and it's like, one person says there's only one Inter, and then I write back, well, actually, there's plenty of Inters, and
it's kind of like I think it was last show or the show right before where you mentioned that that New York City FC is going to have to play at Red Bull Arena. Wow, that sucks, man. That's the same thing that these guys go through.
Yeah, but. I don't know. People.
They seem a little.
Yeah, people love. And I don't care because my skin is not thin. I'm okay. But it's just kind of funny how everybody is so sensitive if you don't use Inter properly or Inter Milan, or it's like don't. Who cares? It's just a team. Whatever you like them. Good, glad for you. I don't care. But anyways, I'm happy they're watching our videos though. So that's why I don't.
And criticizing you.
Yeah. If that's what you enjoy, go ahead, have fun with it. But anyways, all right, Ed. I'm happy for Jason Kreis. I think he's overqualified for the job. I'm excited for it. It bodes well for Fort Lauderdale. I can't wait to get my hands on some Fort Lauderdale gear. I will rock that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll get some of that too, and I want to watch a couple of those games too. Hopefully, there's 4 players that I read were. They're Cuban nationals, so a lot of them played in the under 20s, and so they're giving these guys a chance, and hopefully they'll be able to be good enough to play in the first team eventually.
Yeah, and one of the players is been promoted from the academy. I think the rest were just players they found, however they found them.
Yeah, one of the kids at 17
Yeah.
years old, he was promoted to the what's it called, Fort Lauderdale CF. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Club de Futbol.
Esteban is asking, you probably know this better, Ed, where is Southern Legion planning on sitting on Saturday's game? I imagine they will sit behind the
That
goal.
probably behind the goal. Well, it depends. They'll probably want to have us away from the rowdy supporters, the mob. I know a lot of people are going for this game. Just the Southern Legion by themselves has like
Three vans.
three vans, yeah, something like that. About 50 people, if not more, because a lot of people are going to drive on their own. So, are you going to go, Peter?
I still plan on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here was my plan, but I haven't found a hotel that I like of decent quality that's cheap, right? So I don't want a flea bag hotel, but I don't want to spend a lot. I want to stay the night, right? Because the game is later, and so I want to stay the night. And my plan is to wake up early in the morning, drive over to Orlando, and go, and then
Do your Mickey thing.
not as much Mickey, more so Star Wars. Try to get on Rise of Resistance, which is a challenge. It's hard to get on the ride. You got to get there before the park opens and get a boarding pass, and I'm hoping to do that. But in order to do that, I need to find a hotel that I think is decent enough quality and cheap enough, and because I don't want to make this an expensive trip. But otherwise, I'll just drive home. But yes, I plan on going. Long story short.
All right, cool. Well, before we go, One World, One Goal is asking. Oh, is it? No. Captain Plays was asking, based off of the current team in the clips that we can see, what's our predictions for where the team will finish in the MLS Championship? I imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What do you think so
I mean,
far?
it's way too early to guess, but just if they make the playoffs, I think you got to say the season was successful, right? So it's too early. I can't even play around with that prediction. And I have no problem making predictions, but that is so early to say. There was moments where they looked really, really good, and they really played some great soccer and they controlled the ball. But then there's some defensive lapses that I thought we were going to be good in defense. I had some faith in Ben Sweat, but he looked terrible. So, going by the clips that you guys can see, I would be happy if they make the playoffs. So I guess I would say I think they'll make the playoffs. Let's put positive thoughts out there.
My thought is that they'll definitely be better than Orlando. I think we'll be higher than them. Will we be in the playoffs? I'm crossing my fingers we will. But
all right, Ed. And better than those fans that I was sitting next to.
Yeah. Those
ragging on Vice City the whole game.
Yeah, not cool.
All right, guys.
I got to defend Vice City on that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give a shout out, Peter, to the champion of the Southern Legion tournament that happened today. Soccer Locker were the winners. They beat the Southern Legion Black team, which I thought was going to win, but they didn't. They weren't able to do it. And so shout out to them. And I'm looking forward to going to Tampa this weekend.
Yeah. When we get up there, it'll be fun. I'll look for you guys, and should be fun. I think what I'll do with this game is I may not stay in my one seat. I may roam around a little bit more now. And since I've already experienced them once and roam around, get different angles, have a little different kind of video. So if I'm there, I'm going to film, right? And so maybe a different kind of video than the one I'm going to put out this week. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to check out tomorrow's construction video that I just uploaded. So it will go live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Make sure you click that bell icon in YouTube so that way you get notified every time we upload a video. I could tell that a good chunk of people have done that because the minute a video has been uploaded, I see some people. I'm already refreshing my screen to see how many people have watched. So those are the people that have more than likely hit that bell icon. So go ahead and do that so that way you're notified whenever we put up a video. And then later in the week we'll have a video that shows some of the clips that I've been showing tonight. Except you'll hear me.
So you got the construction coming up. Then you got the vlog where you went up to Tampa. We're probably gonna have on Friday a Spanish one too, with either Ricky or myself. And man, we've got tons of
content coming your way. So please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.